Islam Makhachev made history at UFC 311, becoming the first fighter in UFC lightweight history to defend the championship 4 times. He achieved the milestone with a swift submission victory over Inat Moano. In the main event, Moano had a promising start, landing a few solid shots on the champion in the first round. However, once the fight hit the ground, it was all Makhachev. The Dastani grappling ace secured a dar choke, earning a quick submission and successfully retaining his title. Then he surprisingly called out the 185 champ Drias Dupi for a fight.
Yeah, I can be 3 division also. Just give me the chance, that's it. I will fight with the Duplessis. If they give me the chance, I will fight with him also. I swear, if Dana White send me contract, I will fight with him also.
Well, to take that a step further, Islam, Ali told me you could fight at 205 and beat Alex Pereira. Is that too much?
It's too much. No, I need the DC diet program to be 200 pounds.
Before his scheduled fight against Arman Sarakan, Islam had repeatedly expressed his desire to become a double champion, a goal that has become a trend among UFC title holders. However, the current welterweight champion is his friend and teammate, Belal Muhammad, and Makhachev has made it clear that he would prefer not to fight him. Still, the 33-year-old has admitted that he plans to compete for a second belt before retiring, aiming to further me. His already impressive legacy. Arman Sarian agrees with Dana White's decision to deny him a title shot and reveals who he'd like to face next. Unfortunately for the 28-year-old UFC president, Dana White made it clear that he'll need to go back to the drawing board and likely compete in at least one more contender fight before earning another title shot. Despite being ranked number 1 in the stacked 155 PB division, Sarin has only faced 3 current top 10 fighters, Benil Darishmat Gamar and Charles Ola, while there are several immediate options for the Armenian standout. He has his sights set on a specific opponent, fully agreeing with White's decision to hold off on a title opportunity. Quote, "I agree with Dana White. Once my back heals, I'll be ready to prove I'm the true number 1 contender by taking on anyone they put in front of me." Charles Oliveira in a 5-rounder makes the most sense. Sans hopes for a rematch with Charles might not materialize, especially if the champ Islam Makhachev stays at lightweight and faces Oliva in a rematch. In the meantime, Michael Chandler has thrown his name into the mix as a potential opponent for Sarian Iron. Mike made his return to the octagon at UFC 309 this past November, after a long hiatus waiting on Conor McGregor's possible comeback. Chandler, known for his explosive fighting style, previously faced Oliveira in a 5-round co-main event, a fight he described as the most brutal loss of his career. Chandler reacted to Arman's withdrawal from the fight, quote, "You don't show up, you don't get a shot. Beat me if you can. Arman, if I can walk, I'll show up. I fought through an injury in 90% of my fights. We all do. Never missed weight, never pulled out of a fight in my career. I flew to Sioux Falls 96 hours before a fight to get 12 injections in my spine to then fly to the flight location. Still showed up. Still made weight, still fought real. Fighters do." End quote. However, Sarian shut down Chandler's call out. "I'm not against it, but fighting someone who beat you twice sounds way more compelling," Zukan replied on Twitter. Ilia Topuria warns Islam Makhachev after UFC 311. "Islam, if I want to, I can finish you. If I want to, I can knock you out. I'll make it look easy. See you soon," tweeted Ilia Topuria, who recently defended his featherweight title against Max Holloway at UFC 309, announced plans to move up to lightweight in that fight. He made history as the first fighter to knock out Holloway, having previously finished Alexander Volkanovski to claim the featherweight belt ahead of UFC 301. Makhachev admitted that he'd be more likely to face his teammate Belal Muhammad for the welterweight title next, than to face Topuria. The tension between Ilia and Islam has been building, with Ilia's mother warning Makhachev about her son's street fighting prowess and Makhachev firing back with threats if they ever cross paths. Additionally, Islam recently endorsed Emzar Evloev as a potential opponent for Topuria's next featherweight title defense, further fueling their rivalry after Topuria's tweet went viral. It didn't take long for Makhachev to answer the featherweight champion's call-out. "You said that you're ready to go up. Wait. There's a tweet from Ilia Topuria saying he can easily finish you. What are your thoughts on that? I don't know, so many fighters and all of them are threatening to finish me in the first rounds. They all say the same thing. I've said it before. Make 155, get into the octagon, and we'll see who finishes. Hume community is shocked as Moano and Kevin Holland earned more money than Islam Makhachev at UFC 311. The California State Athletic Commission has disclosed 12 official base purses for UFC 311, which do not include sponsorships, discretionary bonuses, or any pay-per-view revenue fighters, may, received the released figures raised eyebrows as several undercard fighters earned more than lightweight champion Islam. Makhachev Hanado Moano Carrero lived up to his moniker with a $250 Sortu zero base pay, surpassing Maf's $200,000 base purse for his title defense in the co-main event. Merab Dvalishvili retained his bantamweight title with an impressive victory over the previously undefeated Umar Nurmagomedov deals. Vil took home the largest base pay of the event, earning a flat $500 through zero, alongside a $50,000 performance bonus. Nurmagomedov, despite the loss, earned $100,000 for his efforts and an additional $50,000 for Fight of the Night honors. Despite the reported base person, Islam Makhachev is likely to have earned a substantial amount overall for his record-breaking title defense once sponsorships and pay-per-view revenue are factored in. Facing an unfortunate last-minute opponent change from Sarachan to Moano, who presented a completely different style, Makhachev remained unfazed and delivered a dominant performance with the victory. The Russian champion not only secured his place in UFC history, but also won over Dana White, who has now acknowledged him as the pound-for-pound #1 fighter in the world, ending years of favoring John Jones in that ranking. Alex Pereira versus Magomed Anv is official for UFC 313 on March 8th. Pereira is set to defend his light heavyweight title against Anv in a highly anticipated showdown. The announcement was made official during the UFC 311 broadcast. Much to the excitement of fans, many believe Anv has long earned another title shot thanks to his dominant performances and unbeaten streak in the division. He cemented his status as the #1 contender by defeating Alexander Rocket at UFC